Hi, this is Tommy from the Peaceful Mind Center, and I want to connect with all of you over what is a very unique experience in our lives. And I want to talk to you about how you can use this current reality to your advantage. This video is about opportunity. There is an opportunity that's being presented to you right now that you may not see. Before I talk about that opportunity, though, I really want to hit on just a couple of really basic things. The first thing is that I promise you that this will be over as quickly as it started. Okay? This is going to come and go. It's not going to last forever. Things will be back to normal relatively shortly. Okay? I want you to take the advice of your medical professionals. Don't watch the TV, don't get into the hysteria, but just understand that it's highly contagious. For most of us, when I say most of us, I mean like 98% of us, we can contract it. Some of us won't even know that we have it. It will be very mild. There'll be very mild symptoms, and it won't affect us. If you're younger and have a stronger immune system, this type of thing is just not a big deal. The problem is, who are you going to pass it to? For me, my parents are here, still snowbirding, and my biggest concern is picking up something and bringing it over to them. My mother made a beautiful corned beef and cabbage, and I was invited over, but I was feeling a little bit symptomatic, and I just thought, Mom, I think it's a bad idea if I come. So fortunately, my loving parents came over with some food, dropped it on my doorstep, and left without ever coming in. And I was very grateful for that. But my biggest concern is not for me. My biggest concern is for the people around me who may be in a much more vulnerable state than me. So it's my job to be responsible to not go picking up this virus somewhere and handing it to someone who it could make very, very ill because they have a compromised immune system in one way or another. Okay? So it's very important that you understand that. Wash your hands. Um, social distance yourself. Take some time to yourself. Let's see how it unfolds. Let's see what happens. But just stay home, relax, and enjoy it. Okay. I want you also to watch your money closely and account for your money. Okay. The biggest impact of this is going to be financial. All right. We will come back. The government is offering assistance to many people. We may just get checks of upwards of $1,000 or maybe more just sent to us. If you're a taxpayer, you will get money, and that's to hope you help you get through this very difficult financial time. Okay, but just be smart about it. Be conscious about it. Go over your finances, see, where you owe money, who you owe money, call them and talk to them. If it's credit cards, if it's mortgage companies, help is going to come, but you have to be smart and you have to be proactive. They will help you, and in some cases, they may forego payments. In some cases, they may forego interest. I mean, who knows? But don't be afraid to pick up the phone and call all these people. They understand the situation. They're monitoring who calls. They're trying to get a grasp of what they need to do to really help their people and not sink their people. Um, so these are just some very basic things that you need to know just to be smart about this, okay? To be intelligent and use your sense of reason. And don't forget that. Don't let your anxiety and your pain take over your mind so that you start making silly choices, all right? What I really want to talk to you about, though, is how you can use this as an opportunity. Okay? This is an extraordinary opportunity. For me as a spiritual teacher, I finally have you right where I want you. You're at home. You have time to take care of yourself. There's not a lot of distractions in your life. This is wonderful for me. Truthfully, this is not really that difficult for me because this is how I always live my life. I'm always ahead. I always have extra food around. I always have everything that I need backed up. It was really, I barely really had to go shopping just to be prepared. And so now you have an opportunity to experience that directly for yourself. Okay? I want you to dive into your practice. I've already given you some of the important tools that will be of paramount importance during this experience, okay? One of them is the ultimate organizer, okay? Now, this is something that takes time to go through, takes time to set up, but now you have the time, all right? And what it will do is it will organize your thoughts and structure what you're doing in a way that it doesn't create anxiety for you. Because the anxiety, the depression, whatever sort of undesirable, uncomfortable pain is arising in you, that's going to take over your mind. That's going to change the way that you perceive. It's going to change the way that you choose. We always say in satsang that we're different people when we're in pain. So you have to be careful that fear doesn't grab you by the throat and take your mind over, and then you start, making unintelligent choices, okay? And you start making um, choices that are not reasonable, rational, intelligent choices, all right? This is an opportunity for you. This is an opportunity for you to go deep into your spiritual practice and clean up things in your life that you've always wanted to clean up but don't have the time to do. The other thing that I have for you that I've had for many years that you're going to recognize very quickly is the Zen List. Okay? And here is the Zen List. The Zen List will think for you. If you get up in the morning and you pick up your Zen List and you start doing these things, boom, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, and you start rolling through them, you're going to feel good, you're going to feel happy, there will be no anxiety, there will be no depression, or at least minimally, okay? And you will start to get in a rhythm. And as you get in that rhythm, when we pop out of the other side of this, which we're going to do relatively soon, all of a sudden you will have life cleaned up, set up, and moving in a direction that you want it to move in. Then you get to jump into your life. This is a wonderful thing. This is a wonderful opportunity for you. We pray that everyone is safe, and we don't want anybody to be hurt by this. But we do want to see that this is a wonderful opportunity to finally have the time to take care of you. This is the time when you are most important in your life. And the better you take care of yourself now, the better you will feel when you go back to the rat race. Because right now what's happened is there's no more rat race. And you're getting to experience it. Okay? So I have some other suggestions along the lines of the Ultimate Organizer and the Zen List. And the first thing that I'm going to tell you to do, invite you to do, is leave the TV off. Okay? Especially the news, because you don't want them filling your head with hysteria. All right? You can stay informed in places like YouTube, or you can look online at some other non-mainstream sources where you get your information. Get it directly from doctors in Italy, from doctors in the United States. Don't go through the mainstream media that is really vested in stirring the pot in many cases. Okay? Don't turn the TV on. It will numb you out. I want you to take this opportunity to become more conscious. So the TV stays off. Instead, play music. I am a fan of flamenco. My buddy Luke plays expert concert level flamenco guitar, and he was the one that got me into it. It's so beautiful, and it's a wordless expression. So what that means is that there's music, but there's no lyrics, and so it doesn't tie your mind up. So what I want you to do first is clean your sacred space, all right? Because if there's clutter around, if you're being lazy, if you're laying around and there's, dishes around and laundry around and the floors aren't clean and so forth, it's going to weigh on you. It's going to make you lazy. It's going to make you not feel good. Well, I want you to feel as good as possible through this. First thing is clean your house. And encourage you to play music as you're doing it. It will make it very fun. Your mind will be very quiet, and you will do a really, really good job. Okay? And so now your sacred space is clean. The next thing I want you to do is to be prepared to cook healthy meals for yourself, and yes, even make fresh vegetable juices. Several reasons for this. One, it's fun and it's a very important skill to know how to feed yourself. Now you have some time to practice that. Two, it really helps your immune system and it helps your mind. So your immune system will be stronger and your mind will be more peaceful. You notice after a very healthy meal, you feel really good and you feel at peace inside. There's something that's very satisfied in us, after we eat and satiate ourselves. So you'll notice that it will keep you in a peaceful, relaxing place. Juicing, if you juice, you can put things like turmeric root, ginger root. If you're brave, a little garlic, fresh garlic. These things will really help your immune system. Probiotics really help your immune system. So really feed and fertilize your body. Okay? There is a supplement that I like, and it's called Nuero-Stack. You've heard me talk about it many times. I'll leave a link down below so that you can go to our affiliate link and you can order one and they'll send it out to you. It helps with depression, anxiety, keeps your mind sharp. It's full of all kinds of really good things. I use it. I love it. It makes my mind sharp. And so this may be something that you want to try. Again, within your budget, make sure that you know that this is something you can afford. I don't want to be spending money on things that you can't afford right now. So now you're listening to music, the TV isn't on, the house is clean, it smells like, wonderful, beautiful, fresh cooked food. You're making juices, fresh juices for yourself. Um, Keep in mind you can make a juice for today and maybe enough for tomorrow, but you want to drink it within 24 hours. It's best if you drink it right away. The enzymes are still alive. If you wait more than 24 hours, that stuff is very fresh and it breaks down very quickly, and it might, give you some stomach issues if you let it go too long. So don't let it go too long. But you can be making fresh juices for yourself. Of course, you can exercise. Of course, you can meditate. And there is a cushion that we're selling called the Cosmic Cushion that I really like. And I'm not trying to sell you stuff in this video. I just want you to know what's available to you and what I endorse and invite you into my practice, okay? So if you're interested in buying one of those through the Peaceful Mind Center, I'll put a link and some information below here too. But these are the things that I use. One of the things that I noticed is that most of the Peaceful Mind Center people don't have their own meditation cushion. And I thought, wow, this is something, if we're really going to take our practice seriously, that this is something that you need to have. Okay? So now you're meditating. Now you're exercising. Of course, you're going to drink plenty of good water. You're going to be feeding yourself. Your space is going to be clean. You can go through and organize your life. All of these things that need to be done, that you've never had time for, now you have time for. You can go through each closet. You can go through each drawer. Get rid of what you don't need. Minimize it. Pack it up. Put it in storage if it's something that you don't want to throw out. And just have the things around you that you need, and the things that you need to store, find a place to store them. Okay? The opportunity here for a Peaceful Mind Center student is to truly realize what it's like to be in spiritual practice in a very meaningful and consistent way. Okay? There are going to be responsibilities that you have to do. Many of you will be working from home, but there's going to be a freedom here that you've not had. Now, why is this so important to me? Why it's so important to me is because, one, I don't want you to suffer this experience. This is a very unusual time, and it will be very easy for your mind to be taken over by your fear and your anxiety and start making you crazy. So the first thing is we have to take all the steps that I just described to make sure that that doesn't happen. But that's just mitigating the issues of the day. How can we really capitalize on it? If you're taking really good care of yourself and diving deep into your practice, it's possible that you may realize some very amazing and beautiful things that I have been pointing you to for a very long time. Okay? You may start to experience the transcendent state. You may start to go beyond your mind. You may start to step out of time. You may start to feel just the peace of being regardless of what's happening around you. That realization comes in practice. It doesn't come in satsang. In those moments, you're shedding the ego. You're shedding your identification with mind. And you're realizing the true self, the self with a capital S. And many of you have been practicing for years, and you're closer and closer and closer. This gives you an opportunity to perhaps go to the other side. And I don't want you to miss it, okay? So I love you guys, and I'm thinking about you and sending good energy to all of you all the time. I am looking into doing like a webinar type of thing, so where we can take our satsangs onto the internet so we can stay connected and I can answer your questions and help you where you're having problems. I am available for one-on-one, mentoring sessions, with anybody. And we can do those over the phone. Most of the ones that I do over the phone, very effective and very, very useful. And most people that I mentor over the phone. Um, so if anyone has any suggestions, if anyone knows of a really good webinar platform that would work well for the Peaceful Mind Center, perhaps integrates with MailChimp or something like that, share with me what you know. It's a lot of effort to try and find which platform out of a zillion platforms is best for us. But we're going to be reconnecting. I'm very excited about 2020 and beyond. I think that some exciting things are happening for the Peaceful Mind Center. I am finishing up the next book, which is a book on meditation for beginners. This will be a very short book, but that will be in your hands very, very soon. And you can review that and perhaps sharpen your meditation practice because many people sit on the cushion and close their eyes, but also many people don't really know what it is to meditate. And in that book, I'm trying to help make it clear exactly what I'm asking you to do when you're sitting on the cushion. Okay? So there are things coming. Hopefully, someday soon there'll be a space that pops up for us. Who knows what's happening? Um, but just stay tuned, stay in touch, stay engaged. If anybody is in a weird place or needs some help with anything, could be mentoring, could be something logistical, struggling with business, struggling with finance, struggling with something, anything that I can do to help you, I would be glad to help you. Okay? I am here to help. And until we see each other in person again, please be well. Know that I miss you. And I look forward to us all being together once again. Okay? So I will be definitely in touch, and I will see you soon.